What if the easiest way to understand yourself was as simple as answering questions in a notebook? I'm Lauren Arnez, and in today's video, we'll discuss why journal prompts work for beginners, how to use journaling to unlock your shadow self, and some tips on how to stay safe while working with your shadow. Let's dive in. In my experience, journal prompts are the best way to unlock your shadow side. They're easy, they don't require any previous training, and all you need is a pen and paper. Anyone can do it. I'm glad you asked. The act of physically writing, I'm talking old school, no laptop, no cell phone, no tablet, just a pen and a piece of paper, causes a shift to happen. Your conscious mind, or your awake self, gets distracted by writing, and your unconscious mind, or shadow self, finally has space to speak. That's why some psychic mediums like Tyler Henry use this same tactic to keep their conscious mind busy, so they can tap into the unconscious mind or the spiritual realms easier to bring forth the messages. It's not random, it's intentional. Writing quiets the surface so that something deeper can come through. I highly recommend doing your journal prompts by hand if possible, because it slows you down and helps you connect to your physical body, leaving plenty of opportunities for your shadow self to show up on the page. Now, if digital is all you have, or for whatever reason, it's all that you can do, that is absolutely okay. You will still gain all the benefits from journaling. Now, let's talk about the part most people avoid when discussing shadow work and journal prompts. Shadow work isn't easy. It's confronting. It's raw. Sometimes it gets heavy, and it can bring up emotions that, one, you didn't know were there, and two, you definitely weren't prepared to face. At times, old memories can start to resurface, and the entire experience can start to feel like reliving a past that you would rather forget. One of the main ways that you can stay safe is to have grounding techniques, also known as techniques that help you stay emotionally stable when surprised by overwhelming feelings. It's important to establish these grounding techniques ahead of time before you ever write one word on the paper. That way, if and when an emotionally heavy moment pops up, you know how to center yourself, which will allow you to stay in the present moment and stabilize that energy, so you don't spiral out of control into a sea of negative emotions. For today's video, I will share one of my favorite grounding techniques to use with beginners. We will start by placing one hand over our chest, in the middle of our chest, over our heart chakra, and the other hand under our belly button in our lower belly area, the sacral chakra. And we're going to practice box breathing. So, to box breathe, you are going to inhale for 5 seconds, hold for 5 seconds, and exhale for 5 seconds. Now let's do that together. Inhale, hold, exhale, now, depending on your lung capacity, you can decide how long you inhale, hold, and exhale. For example, when I do box breathing, I inhale for 7 seconds, I hold for 7 seconds, and I exhale for 7 seconds, because that's what's comfortable for me. It's important that you do what's comfortable for you. In a scenario where you are feeling emotionally upset, you want to do this until you feel centered in your body, meaning you're not spiraling emotionally anymore, and you've calmed down. What I've found that the box breathing technique does is it forces you to come back into your body. So usually when an emotional memory bombards our mind, or something we don't want to feel, right? The first thing we do is we jump outside of our head, meaning we go right back to that moment, right back to the past, or right back to the anxiety of the future. We're not in the present moment right now, because in the present moment right now, you are safe. Box breathing almost forces you to be in this present moment right now. That's why I ask that you put your hand on your chest and your belly so you can be physically touching yourself to bring yourself back into your body. I hope this helps. Now, the reason that journaling is essential to shadow work is because it gives you a place to put those emotions, the emotions that you can't share with anybody else, a place where you can process it and see everything laid out right in front of you. Sometimes when we're constantly in our head, thoughts racing, memories bombarding us, it can be really hard to understand what it is we're even thinking or feeling. Journaling gives you something tangible to look at and read and come back to and really reflect on what it is that you were actually thinking and feeling. The best part about using journal prompts in your shadow work journey is it's completely self-paced, meaning you can go as deep as you want to go with the questions, or you can stay as surface level as you would like to go. You control the entire process from top to bottom. You control how long it takes. There are no deadlines. There's no race. There's no one leaning over your shoulder telling you you've got to do this. You can stop. You can start. It's totally up to you. You're the boss here. My first introduction to shadow work was about 3 to 5 years ago when I found a questionnaire online, 40 questions, and I just thought, oh yeah, I'll just knock this out, do this in a day, and I'll be fine. Wrong. It took me months to finish that questionnaire. Not because it was hard to write, but because it was hard to feel. Some questions revealed things I wasn't ready for, and I had to stop and sit with those feelings and reflect and let those emotions have space. Sometimes I had to suffer through uncomfortable truths about myself and others around me. The reality is that everyone's experience will be completely different. Each one of you will be working through different things at your own speed, and that's completely okay. There is no right or wrong way to do this. Some days you'll go deep. Some days you won't. Some days you won't show up to shadow work at all, and that's completely fine. Rest is also very important to shadow work. Shadow work should not be rushed. And it's not about moving quickly through the hard parts. It's about honesty. It's about patience. And it's about presence within yourself. When journaling to meet your shadow self, remember, it's not about what you write, but what you allow yourself to feel. It's about the emotions you are willing to sit with and the permission you give yourself to express them. If you decide to start this process, first, find a grounding technique that works for you. Don't rush it. Don't force it. And above all else, honor your energy. Meaning, if you're exhausted, rest. If you're sad, cry. If you are beginning to feel overwhelmed by it, walk away from it for a while. Shadow work is sacred. Respect your feelings and know when to stop and seek help if it becomes too intense. If this resonated with you, drop a like, subscribe, comment, let me know how it made you feel. And as always, I'm sending you all love and the courage to face yourselves. See you next time.